Welcome, everyone. Today we're doing a deep dive into, well, it's a really fascinating challenge. What actually breathes life into the things we create? So picture this. An old man, Silas. His workshop, it's filled with the sound of ticking gears,
Oh, yeah.
and that warm smell of beeswax. His whole thing wasn't just making clocks that tell time. No, he was obsessed with clockwork that could, well, live. And his absolute masterpiece, took him years, was this Clockwork Sparrow. It was crafted from polished brass, delicate copper wire, and these silk feathers. They apparently shimmered like moonlight. Tiny emerald eyes, an obsidian beak. Just incredible detail.
Wow. So real artistry.
Totally. He poured everything into refining every single spring, calibrating every cog. He designed it to fly, to sing, even to have this sort of uncanny lifelike curiosity.
So technically perfect, basic.
Exactly. By any measure you could think of, it was perfect. Yet. And here's where it gets really interesting.
Okay.
Despite all this mechanical perfection, the sparrow just stayed still, motionless. It lacked that spark, that something that makes a living thing feel truly alive. And Silas, this master mechanist, he tried everything, like everything. Arcane winding keys, rare earth magnets.
The complex stuff?
Yeah, even whispered incantations from old books. But nothing worked. It was this amazing piece of engineering, but just lifeless.
It's such a powerful image, isn't it?
It really is. What does that tell us about, the limits of just pure design?
Well, that's just it. What's fascinating here is how Silas's struggle, it kind of mirrors this universal challenge we see everywhere.
How so?
Whether it's like designing software or building a team or even just personal growth, we often think, okay, if we just optimize all the mechanics.
Like get the logic perfect.
Exactly. If we get the data right, the structure right, then the rest will just automatically follow. But this story really suggests there's often something missing, doesn't it?
Yeah. Something beyond just the function.
Precisely. Something that actually brings a system to life. Which, it raises that big question is, what is that missing spark? What turns a perfect mechanism into something that's truly animated, truly thriving?
So what does this mean for us thinking about this story? It feels like it highlights how sometimes the biggest breakthroughs, those moments, they come from the simplest places.
Yeah.
Really unexpected, often way outside pure logic or, technical wizardry.
Absolutely. Look at Silas, the master mechanist, right? Spent his whole life chasing mechanical perfection. Only to find that missing spark wasn't in a gear or a spring. It was in something completely different. A child's simple, pure act of care, empathy.
Yeah, that moment with Lyra, it's powerful.
It really is. And if we connect that to the bigger picture, it kind of suggests that complex systems,
Like technology or organization.
exactly, or even just our own personal projects, they might always need something more than just perfect logic or design to really flourish.
So it's not just about the code or the org chart.
Right. Think about things like user empathy in product design. It's huge now.
Oh.
Or psychological safety on a team.
Ah, okay. Those intangible things.
Exactly. Those intangible forces, maybe it's belief, maybe emotion, connection, that sense of being cared for, like the sparrow needed. They're often what completes the picture.
They turn something that just works into something that feels truly alive and impactful.
Precisely. Functional versus thriving.
So the Clockwork Sparrow's song, woven from these intricate gears, but also from the pure joy of that child's hum. It just kept singing this impossible melody.
An impossible, beautiful blend.
It really makes you wonder, doesn't it? What beautiful, maybe seemingly impossible things could you bring to life? Not just with skill and precision.
Which are important, of course.
Absolutely. But by also consciously adding that touch of genuine heart, that real human connection.
That's the lingering thought, isn't it? What needs your touch of heart to truly come alive?